Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's a brother Bolo VNR. We're here with another one. This one is about ODPM. Adrian Walker, Andrew Holness, Officer of the Prime Minister, and Hurricane Melissa. I was watching Will Rattigan, full credit, Reasoning with Rattigan. You know, I'm doing this thing every Saturday. Today is November 22nd, 2025. And Rattigan shared an article that I was not aware of. This article was by Danique Weston on the JIS, Jamaica Information website, called ODPEM on Full Alert, October 22nd, 2025, which was before the storm. I want you guys to hear this article, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen. Let's listen. You can't listen it. Oh, go on, sir. Okay, now let me read. Okay, all right. I guess I'll have to read it. Or can I read aloud? Read aloud option is not there? Oh, it's here. Okay.
The full story. Director General of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency Management,
Yes.
Odpem, Richard Thompson, says all systems and personnel are fully activated as Tropical Storm Melissa nears the island. He said that the agency has been monitoring the system since last Thursday, October 16th. To date, we have carried out a number of activities in terms of our general preparation. The parish disaster coordinators, we placed them on standby from very early, from over the weekend, and we were having discussions then with the National Meteorological Service, Mr. Thompson informed. He noted further that the National Emergency Operations Center held an operation planning meeting on Tuesday to get a good idea as to where we are in terms of our preparation and also to put persons in a frame of mind of the work that we have to do going into the weekend. That meeting included representatives of the municipal corporations, parish disaster coordinators, Jamaica Defense Force, JDF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, JCF, Jamaica Fire Brigade, JFB, and non-governmental organizations such as Jamaica Red Cross, Salvation Army, Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, Food for the Poor, and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. So, we got those presentations in terms of our state of readiness, looking at our infrastructure, looking at our humanitarian processes, and looking at our overall national response processes, Mr. Thompson said. He noted that a critical part of ODPEM's activation process is to ensure adequate disaster communication in times of an emergency. As such, the agency is currently going through its radio protocols to ensure that the National Emergency Response Team is on the correct call group. Mr. Thompson said that preparations have been ongoing since the start of the hurricane season. So, the planning meetings will continue as we go into the weekend in order to ensure that we keep the country in a state of readiness, and we are putting in the necessary protocols that are needed to ensure that we are protecting our people, he assured. The ODPEM Director General encouraged citizens to continue to prepare and put themselves in a state of readiness for what will come over the weekend. Last updated, October 23rd.
Ladies and gentlemen, that sounds like an organization that has been operating for 25 years, for 45 years, that has 45 years experience. If I'm not mistaken, Andrew Holness, weren't you the one that told us that there were gaps in this thing with the ODPEM? It sounds to me like they were ready based off this article. They had a meeting with the Municipal Cooperation, Parish Disaster Coordinates, Jamaica Defense Force, Jamaica Constabulary Force, Jamaica Fire Brigade, NGOs, which is non-governmental organizations, such as Jamaica Red Cross, Salvation Army, Adventist Development and Relief Agency, ADRA, Food for the Poor, and the United Nations Development Program. United Nations Development Program. And you're telling me this happened on October 22nd. When did Andrew Holness in his infinite wisdom decide, you know what? They have gaps, and the only way to improve them is to bring them into my office of the Prime Minister. When they said they were preparing from the beginning of the hurricane season. So is it that the ODPEM is incompetent? Or is it that Andrew Holness jeopardized the ODPEM by switching up everything at the last minute, and because he jeopardized them, he put the Jamaicans' lives in danger? Is that what happened, ladies and gentlemen? Why it took so long for the ODPEM to actually reach the people? If they are coordinating with everybody that they need to coordinate with. And remember, I read the mandate of the ODPEM, and it stated that they have a national coordinations center, a national emergency coordination center, a national emergency coordination center, right? So I don't understand, how is it that they know how to coordinate, which they should have over 45 years of experience? I don't care what level storm is coming. The basis and foundation of the operations of the ODPEM have to be leaned upon in this time. Andrew Holness should have never switched things up at the last minute. And I'm telling you, yo, this government needs to be investigated, you know, by national entities, you know, right? To deem whether or not their actions put the Jamaican public and lives in danger, you know. Zine, because this don't make no sense. How on October 22nd, the ODPEM is saying that we're ready? The Director General of the Office of Disaster Preparedness and Emergency, Richard Thompson, says all systems and personnel are fully activated. That means they're ready as Tropical Storm Melissa nears the island. But there's a plot twist, ladies and gentlemen, Zine, because Will Rattigan go throw a monkey wrench in the whole thing. A good thing, so I'm going to listen the last part of this whole conversation when it comes on to the ODPEM. Listen to this.
Attention, people didn't do their research and look at the history. Take a look at this. By the way, that gentleman, Richard Thompson, you saw there?
Yes.
How did he get that job? He actually got passed over for the job. That man has more than 20 years doing this.
Mighty God, we need a divine intervention. We're tired of the labor right them. We're tired of the green people. We are suffering. No, the man have 20 years experience. Are you kidding me? And he was passed over the job? Why is that? Let's read.
And he got passed over for the
Let's
job.
read.
In 2020. I think it was like 2020. I'll show you the article right now.
Yes, please.
And he was replaced by somebody who went in. And I want to show you what this gentleman who was in charge of Odpem, what he said. Here we go. See that? Odpem boss quits. May 4th. That's not Mr. Richard
May 4th, 2021. Okay.
Thompson. Somebody different. In 2021. Same government, right? Look at this. He said he was forced to implement whatever he was instructed to do even when he knew it was wrong.
What? He was forced to implement stuff to do even when he knew it was wrong? Mighty God.
Look at the first sentence. Political interference at that Heart of Disaster Agency's resignation 1 month before the start of the hurricane system. 6 months after he was appointed to head the office, longtime public servant, his name is Leslie Harrow, quit following what is alleged to be political interference in the performance of his job.
Wow. So the politicians interfered. Isn't this a trend with the JLP? Aren't they trying to interfere with the Integrity Commission operations? I told you guys, you know, the JLP is the weapon that is formed against this country, you know. I don't think I lie, me I tell you, I don't think me I exaggerate, you know. All of these people's history, antecedents, and present action point to that, you know, to my conclusion about them, you know. It's my opinion, I don't know if you agree, but mighty God, what is this? What is this?
This leaves Jamaica Here we go. This leaves Jamaica's chief disaster response agency leaderless 1 month before the hurricane season, and they were forecasting 16 tropical storms, with 7 projected to become hurricanes and at least 3 major hurricanes. But I want to get to the political piece.
Before I go to the political piece, 1 month before the storm, political interference made this man of experience leave the job. 1 month before the storm, you know? And 16 hurricanes or tropical storms were projected, possible hurricanes. Yo, it's like the man, them timing is coordinated, or it's just dumb luck. Yo, something wrong with them, you know? Yo, let me continue.
Look at this. The Jamaica Observer has confirmed that Harrow submitted his resignation last Friday with immediate effect, after telling senior staff members that he was not willing to accept the disrespect he was getting from members of the political directorate.
Wow.
He was seconded to the Odpem for an initial 6 months, but he was scheduled to be there for a minimum of 1 year. But the issues at the top caused him to decide to leave at the end of the 6 months.
Wow.
Further, he said he could not accept how he was being treated, with instructions just being given to him and being forced to implement whatever he was instructed to do, even when he knew it was wrong.
Jesus.
So it wasn't independent.
Wow.
It was not, it was controlled by the political elites. And here it is, he quit.
So,
and look at this.
So here we thought ODPEM is supposed to be independent, only to find out there's serious allegations surrounding the political elites actually interfering with the operations of the ODPEM. And if I dare say so, the alleged implications of interference is not a positive one. It's actually going in the reverse. It's negative. Jesus, man, listen. This is wild.
However,
man.
Sources said his decision to walk has earned him many points in the eyes of the long-serving Odpem staff members, who have applauded him for showing cojones.
Wow. So the staff members of the ODPEM is saying, yeah, forget the government. Shout out to that man for showing balls, for telling Andrew Holness and the government, kick rocks. So now I understand why the former ODPEM lady came out the other day when Andrew Holness threw them under the bus. And now I understand why Andrew Holness actually threw them under the bus. To actually justify his movements, which now is being exposed because the fact that the ODPEM came out and told us on October 22nd that all systems go and they had everything ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe what we're seeing here and what Mr. Rattigan just exposed is the root cause of the issue with the ODPEM. It seems and appears to be it's because of the interference of the government. These guys are definitely the weapon that has formed against our people. Before they go clean the drain them, we need to clean. Me say if that's time I did ever lick Kingston, you know that, hey, you think them get exposed yet? Wait till the next disaster reach Jamaica. No, man.
Rather than becoming a lackey. See that, people? And I want to get to the other guy, get to Mr.
Yo, the
Richard
man actually
Thompson.
said that? They applauded him for showing kahunas rather than becoming a lackey. Yes, man. Oh, my God. The staff of the ODPEM said that. Damn.
His name is mentioned in the article. Let me get further down here. Said the government wanted to keep it, they wanted to keep it hush-hush to the point where they told him not to write anything. They told him, just leave. Just leave. That's how they treat people.
Wow. They didn't want him to write a resignation letter. They just wanted him to leave. The disrespect and the arrogance, I'm telling you, it really seems like something that these people will do for real, you know. What will help me so far? Huh?
Let me go further. No, look, here it is right here, people. Remember I just showed you Mr. Richard Thompson? It says, look at the last paragraph. It said, but most people with knowledge of Jamaica's disaster response mechanism had expected the job to go to whom? Richard Thompson.
Oh, so now we are getting to the meat and potatoes. Everybody in the ODPEM, with the removal or the resignation of Mr. Harrow, had expected Richard Thompson, which is in this article for the JIS, to get the job. Here's his picture right here, and I will be putting him on the thumbnail. They expected Richard Thompson to get the job. But what really happened? Explain to us, Rattigan.
He didn't get it. The long-serving Deputy Director General who had performed admirably for the year in which he acted. So Richard got the job. This gentleman got the job when Richard should have gotten it. So this gentleman quit in 2021, and then Richard got the job. And now, what they say about Richard, they say, oh, we're putting him in the office of the Prime Minister to do what? To coordinate. To coordinate. The military is now running Odpem. And keep in mind, people, who is the permanent secretary in the office of the Prime Minister? General Rocky Mead, Ambassador Rocky Mead, another military person. You know what military people are supposed to do? They are supposed to follow orders. They don't ask questions, they follow orders. So now...
Oh, so we are seeing clear indications of Andrew Holness forming a military state. That's what it appears to be, because all the people in positions of power are military people, and all they do is follow orders. So, oh yeah, man, I'm going to give you this job. The person that's actually qualified, they're going to be the coordinator. So basically, they're going to steer you in the direction that you're supposed to do, what you're supposed to do. So we don't have any hiccups. And you'll be paid more than him, and you'll get the benefits. But you are basically a supervisor to make sure that my orders, as the dictator, goes through. I'm just asking the question, is that what is that what is happening here? This is troublesome, you know? This is quite troublesome.
Odpem's getting all this relief coming into the Prime Minister's office. The Prime Minister says, hey, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to follow orders. So I just wanted to show that to you, that this office was political a long time ago.
Wow.
We're now saying it's political because he's put it within his portfolio, but it's been there for a while. Now, Andy.
Wow, that is, man, listen, I'm not going to play no more. You guys can go over to Reasoning with Rattigan and get the perspective of all those other people that is on the page. Today, it's, let me tell you the title, Holness 1997 and 2025 election, ODPEM, 2 government contracts to monitor for relief items, OJLDF donations. That is the title. All right, and of course, you know, so today November 22nd. But people, this is quite interesting, right? Richard Thompson is clearly the man for the job. He did not get the job. Mr. Harrow got the job. The man have over 20 years experience, and when Mr. Harrow resigned and decides him not gonna be a lackey and him not gonna be a push around to the government, you know, the JLP is drunk on power and they are inherently dictators. Remember, everyone been done saying the only done, you know. And look at the behavior of a Desmond McKenzie in the coming up of the election day and the campaign. Some of the things that was said. And then you have Darrell Vaz. And if you think none of those three words are Andrew Holness or his wife, I'm asking you to reassess your judgment. You heard what I said? Reassess your judgment of those characters. Although they are from the same tribe, ladies and gentlemen, or the same pact, a 2 alpha around the thing. The man and the woman. And then worse than the rest of them. Man, we are in so much trouble, yo. The ODPEM actually had an operation that was running and is interrupted in the worst time by the Jamaica Labour Party. They are such a tyrant that the man had to resign. And even the people in the ODPEM has reported by the article all of these allegations. This is terrible, man. People, let me know what you're thinking in the comment section. I had to share this and I had to give my thoughts on it because, like I said, this is something new I'm doing where I play the audio, I read the articles, and then I interact with you. Let me know if you guys like these videos. I will continue them in this manner. Let me know. Bless upon yourself. Your brother Bolo VNR is here. Follow me on all of my platforms: Bolo VNR, Bolo VNR 2.0, Bolo VNR Clips, and Bolo VNR. And also, the donation link is always there pinned in the comment section. Follow my WhatsApp channel. That's when I actually put out a video. You will be on the WhatsApp channel that has unlimited number of people can follow it. And when I send a link, boops, you can go and watch the video if you didn't. If you don't get a notification, you know what I mean? Because YouTube can only do so much, so we have to promote our own content. But let me know what you guys think about this. I mean, is the government, is this a trend with the government? And how worried are you guys about Andrew Holness creating a police state where people that are from the army and so forth are the ones that are in position of power that just take orders and don't ask any questions? How dangerous is that to our democracy, right? And how dangerous is that in this case with our preparedness for more potential category 5, category 6 storms that are coming our way and other disasters? Man, this is for me, this is extremely worrying. Only saving grace is that I know that, you know, God is in control, and Andrew Holness, only entity that can stop you, sir, is God Almighty. But watch God work. Watch God work. Let me know what you guys think.